Now, I just heard you rehearsing with Sally earlier in the conference room. I didn't realize you had such a beautiful voice.
It's very kind of you to say that. You know, in fact, most of my education in music was singing. Because I tried to get into music college for the violin that I played. Right. But when I went to the audition, you know, they sort of looked at each other and they were like, another violinist, we don't need another violinist. And they were like, what else can you do? And I was like, I can sing. And they said, well, sing. And I sang and they were like, do you want to place as a singer? And I was like, this seems like the only way I'm going to get educated. So I said, yes. I ended up having like this sort of operatic vocal education with some of the best people in London.
Wow.
And there was a lot of singing. Because if you're a guy and you can sing, there's a lot to do.
That's a good thing to be a guy and be able to sing. Now, what did you sing at that audition?
Some kind of classical stuff.
Like what?
Know? I don't know. It was a million years ago. You know what? I think I do remember one of the things. It was called Sea. The hell's that thing called? Sea shanty, sea breeze, sea foam, sea something.
Sea breeze?
But it was a poem.
Oh.
John Ireland poem it was, set to music by someone, and that's a great story.
Well, how can you sing it now?
I must go down to the seas again, to the lonely sea and the sky, and all I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by. And it goes on.
I don't know that song, but I like it.
Well, it's an art song. I wouldn't say that it was
and
top 10.
how old were you?
I don't know, 20 or something.
That's cute.
Mm-hmm.
My son would never do that. My son, ironically, we both have sons named Leo.
That's right.
Yeah, and my son just turned 21, and he was the kid that you'd go to the school plays, and all the kids are up there, and they're like, you know, blah, 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 blah. And my son would just be sitting there staring and doing nothing. I'm like, really? And I'm like, okay.
Right. No, I'd long figured out that, you know, if I sang or played music or something, I would get the attention that I so badly craved.
Yeah.
So I made that into my thing.
Well, I think it's good. You have a really beautiful voice. So,
well, thank you.
So did your son play and sing or?
No, he's healthier. No,
he's healthier.
He just doesn't do those things.
What does he do?
Yeah.
Besides he comes home late.
He comes home late, misbehaves in my car, and he sports. Lots of sports.
What sports?
Volleyball, basketball.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's quite
American
talented.
Sports.
He's an
American
kid. And that's the difference as well. You know, an English person, you grow up in London, either you do soccer or maybe some rugby, but it's raining all the time.
Or tennis.
Right? Why do you think we have a lot of good musicians coming out of the UK?
Because
it's freezing cold. Mm-hmm. Everybody's indoors. You're either going to play some kind of board game, you know, have sex with someone or whatever.
I'd rather do the second.
Right. These are all choices, but you can actually do a mix and match. You can do
sex and board games together.
Well, I hadn't got as far as playing music.
What?
You can do music.
Oh, okay. I like that. Yeah.
So then you can do 2 and 3 and just forget one.
Yeah, for one board games.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why I do think, I really honestly, joking apart, think that's why there's like a long history of really good English music and musicians.
There really is.
There really is nothing else to do.
No, there really is like an overload of the talent coming out of England as far as music goes. You know,
it's just
the Beatles,
nothing,
Bowie.
Yeah, there's just no other choice.
Yeah, I mean, not that America doesn't have some of the greats, but I loved my time in England and being in the world of music there. I lived really close to Abbey Road.
Right, it's where I was born.
You were?
A road away. Yeah.
Oh, so that's near St. John's Wood, right?
That is where I was born.
Oh, you were born in St. John's Wood?
Sure was.
That's where I lived. NW8.
NW8, baby.
NW8.
Yeah, let's go.
I lived off the St. John's Wood High Street.
So did I for many years.
Really?
And we lived in a small flat in London. My parents wanted to be central rather than in a family home because they're great people. And so they decided that we should live in this small flat in this very nice area. That's where I grew up the first 10, 11 years of my life.
I lived off Charles Lane. It was at the top of the road.
King Charles thingy.
It was Charles Road. No, not King Charles's thingy. I don't even want to know about that. But the Charles Lane.
Taking that somewhere else. Charles
you have
Lane.
to.
I'll take your word for it. It's a while since I've been there.
And there was a Europa Market.
Yes.
I don't know if they have Europas anymore. I heard they did not. Do you remember Europa?
I do remember Europa.
I loved it there. I'd go and get my Walker's Crisps, my sausage roll, and my horrible magazines with the naked girls on page 3.
Right.
That was a life.
Right. That was England.
I know. Do they still do that?
I hope so.
Do they?
I hope so. It was
there?
your fastest way to boobs.
Is it?
As a young person, you could go in and peruse the boobs and then go home again. We didn't have the internet.
Weirdest thing.
We didn't have infinite boobs. Yeah. We had to go and look at page 3.
So what was that chick's name? Samantha? With the well-endowed girl, Samantha, and she was a pop star for a minute. Samantha something. What the hell was her name? I think you know who I'm talking about, right?
Sally. Yeah. So
Sally,
oh
remember?
my God. There you go,
So,
Samantha
Fox. How
Someone's
did you
been paying attention to the
Somebody
right
knows
things.
what page 3 is. Okay, Riverside.
Also, you're from America. How do you know
He's from
that?
Riverside. How do you know what this is?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, he's like that.
It's the Paris Chong Show.